Hello everyone, welcome to the show that hopefully never ends, and of course my name is Nick and Leany here. I'm one of the founders and one of the presenters of the Touring With Us YouTube channel. So welcome along, and I introduce you to one video that will hopefully be of your enjoyment, whoever is watching, whether it's the management team of the Sandford house, of the hotel, and everyone involved with Sandford House, as in the staff members and anyone else watching. So here's the first part of the video. It comes with the journey that I took and the meals that I had beforehand, and a cup of tea along the way. You can't go wrong if you travel and did what I did. And of course there is a separate video just purely focusing on the Sandford house, which is the hotel room that I stayed in, which was room number 109. Firstly, I want to thank, as a whole, the staff and the receptionist staff and the management team of Sandford House Hotel.
11:50 a.m, just got it in time, and let's have a look at this one here at the Travel Smock in Hayden.
Arrived here at more or less 5 minutes to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. The bus station here is just literally around the corner from where I am, about 5 minutes walk, and I've arrived here in good time here. The check-in time of this place that I'm going to tell you about is 2 p.m. and yes, I'm going to surprise you lot, because I've actually in advance booked a hotel at the Spoons on a Sunday, and I've had special permission to film and review the room. So I'll do that in just a second, but just do a quick talk of where I am. First of all, this here is the restaurant part of Sandford House. This here, through the entrance here, is the main reception, and one way you can get to the reception, and I'll be checking in just a moment. And it's part of all one thing, Sandford House. So this is one entrance here. Got some beer barrels here, somebody's left them behind. So this is the main part of the restaurant just here. So I'm going to actually check in, and I presume you've got to swipe your card here if you want to come into the reception. So yeah, that's what I've got to get used to. You see a hand sanitizer just there, and of course you can go through the reception this way, but I decided to come through this way around the corner, much easier. And of course I'm going to check in now, and hopefully I'll find the room number and show you how to get into the room and a bit of the room as well. I've just checked in a minute ago. I'm so pleased about this because it's given me already a good smile here. So yes, plenty of good things to say, and of course yes, very, very well explained as well. So I'll tell you about that towards the end of the program. I've got to find my room. There's 2 cards here, and I've got to make sure I don't lose them. And I thought there were 2 spare cards, but actually they're not. So of course bear with me, because I've got to hold them in one hand.
and one in the other. It's amazing. So, yeah, really excited about coming here for the first time. It's just amazing. Oh, I found my room straight away because, of course, the lady Courtney on reception, and of course I had permission to do all this, and of course she spoke to me beforehand at the same time as the manager. I believe his name was Andy, and of course they both allowed me to do all this to showcase where my room was. And of course Courtney, the one who of course spoke to me today and the other time, said to me that I could have a downstairs room rather than using the lift. So I was quite privileged and quite overwhelmed with that. So it's not one of those that goes down like a Travelodge, which is quite good. So let's have a look. I can hear footsteps up here, but it's probably people going up the stairs. Right, so it lets you in. Oh, it didn't at first. Maybe I've got to do it again. Oh, it worked second time, so that's good. There you go, you got one for, of course, letting you in, and one for the electric. Okay, it's all sort of dark at the moment. Right, okay, so nothing will work because I haven't turned the electric on. So in order to do that, I've got to keep the door open because I've got to see what I'm doing. This is amazing. First time. There you go. It did work. Second time. It's the second time lucky. As I'm new to this, as anyone would be if they're new to going into a hotel whatsoever, I didn't realise to leave the card in. But it's no fault of the actual spoons itself. But what I would say is that, to bear in mind, leave your card in there, because I'll tell you what, don't do what I did. Take the card with you, because it won't work, and that's why the electric cuts off. But yeah, it looks like, or it seems to be an extra switch here. I don't know what that is, but of course, if anyone can tell me in the comments what that is, I would like to know. But yeah, there's a switch here. Of course, there is a shower here. It's just a shower, no bath. A toilet here, which is very similar to the one I've got at home. Wow. So I'm going to have a practice on using it, actually, because of the size I am. And there's also a sink here. All right, okay. So this is a dress rehearsal for my home one, because you'll see that there is a gap underneath to make it easier to clean. So, of course, you've got two kind of toilet roll stacks, and they look quite posh, as they do look. It looks like, or it feels like you're in a posh hotel. Toilet flusher to flush it, just like this, and that's the sort of noise it will make. So, yeah, it's a kind of nice shower here, and I'm actually going to find out how it works. And I think that's how it works. I turned it to the right here. You warm as I touch it here. So that's what it looks like. Okay. That's one of those ones you just turn to the right and then you turn it off like that. I don't know what that side does, but I presume that is the cold one. But yeah, I don't know what that does, but the top one is the one that I use to get the shower going. Let's see if it works again. It seems to do its trick here. So at least I know that for now. Now, I don't have anything to put in these sockets, but I can tell you they are shavers only sockets. But hopefully I will bring them next time. And of course, yes, at least I know that they do have them in these hotel rooms of spoons. And there are some rules in the shower to be aware of. Remember, it's not your own home. Please keep bathroom doors shut when using the shower. Of course, it says Witherspoon there. Okay, some extra towels there, and of course, don't quite know what that is. Looks like some plastic bags or some. So it is a towel rail here, which enables you to, if you don't know what one is, there's one in our sort of newly made up bathroom at home, very similar to this. And what they do is apparently you can put your towels on there and it will dry the towels. So it gives you a health and safety message here. Bathroom information. Caution, take care. Please note that the bathroom area can be slippery when wet. Please use the bath mat provided. Please be aware that towel rails may be hot to the touch. Okay? Care for the environment. Should you be happy to reuse your towels, please place them on the towel rail. Should you prefer a new set, please place used towels in the bath or shower. Okay, hopefully that made a little bit of sense there. If you want to see that in full, then I'll quite happily zoom in like this. Picture down here, it's based on an original drawing, which is right here, by Emilia Tokakirk. I think it's Czech Republic there. I might have pronounced that wrong. I do apologise if I did. Age 10, a pupil at Stuckley Meadows Primary School in Huntingdon. Created as part of Visions of Huntingdon 2016. A.J.D. Witherspoon's Art in School project. Wow, that is just amazing. Just look at that. Astounding. Amazing. It's just a joy to see that. And I presume that is the creation of that picture as well. All affiliated with that picture there. What a great work of art. So within entering this room here, I finally worked out, I'm not going to lose any sleep on it now, and I'm never ever going to forget my moment there that I forgot to put the card in the slot, which I've done now, which is this bit here. Okay, remember to do that, unlike I did, although I couldn't see when I first entered this room. But there you go. I won't forget that in a hurry. But there you go. Those are the light switches there. You can see them better now. But this is the bathroom, of course, which is what I showed you a minute ago. Lanterns on each side, which is quite a nice setting. And also nice and decorative on the walls here. And you've got some plug sockets here. And, of course, there is one USB socket just there, you can see. And, of course, that's what you do to switch the light off. Oh, that actual light switches off the main light of there. Now there will be different switches for the other lamps, or maybe they are constantly on. I'll find that out in just a moment. Well, there's an actual switch here which switches them all off, so there you go. Oh, it's a bit brighter for you, but yeah, that's the switch. Okay, so there's probably the same one on the other side as well. And yes, I'm going to take a look at this TV in just a moment. But yeah, let's switch on the main light here, which is this one here. You probably want to switch that off later on. I'm now going to go through the TV section here, although you are seeing a reflection of the bed here. On most TVs you probably would see that. But yeah, let's go through the TV here. Of course, the best bet of getting the TV on is to make sure that you've got your TV remote of this particular hotel right near to the signal, because you'll see the light come on here, and then of course you'll see the logo come up here, and of course it's got this hospitality TV here, although we're not in a hospital as such. But of course, yeah, these are the channels here. And of course, yes, all I'll need to do then, don't get confused by this, but if you have the remote handy, press the OK button here. And by the way, it's nice to know that this remote control is a brand new one and it will work. It tells you all the details about the program itself. But of course, you can even get the FA Cup third round as well. So my main one is this one because I found that in some hotels other than Spoons, you can't get this channel very often. But let's see if it does work here. So let's press OK once more. OK. And of course it looks like it's Free Speech Nation that is on. So that's my main channel, my favourite one actually, because in some hotels, other than I suppose, as I say, you can't really get the signal very well. The 109, it's got the card there. I was given 2 cards there, and of course one for the electric, to leave the electric on, and one which is over there that will let me in and out, a bit like a key, but it's a modern way of using a key. Because I first noted that when I went to a Spanish hotel once. So that's how I knew about these cards. So, of course, for those people who don't know about these little cards, they are sort of the modern way of keys. There's also a phone, if you want to phone the reception. Okay, I'm sure it'll tell you how to phone a reception in one of the notes just there. But it also has a list of taxis. And of course, all the numbers are here. Okay. All the transport links just here. And it tells you even bus routes as well, which is quite useful to know. And of course, yeah, Cambridge, St Ives. But bear in mind, on a Sunday, it will be every hour. If you come on a Sunday, and something that they haven't put. Rules procedure here, and if you want to read through all that, that might help you understand this room better. You know, I'll go through some of them here. The main one is, of course, which I'll talk about here, the main ones. Check-in time from 2 p.m, check-out time is 11 a.m, and by the way, that needs altering to 12 o'clock. Simple reason for not altering it, because it's only just recently changed. So it was originally 11:30 a.m. for breakfast being served at that time, but of course it's changed to 12 o'clock. Okay, and non-smoking policy, of course, if you're smoking here, it's a £100 charge fine. And I've got a list at reception of all the hotels. So we go on to this section now. You've got a kettle which is plugged into a plug socket here, so you've got 2 plug sockets there with a USB port just there. You can just about see there. Okay, and of course you've got all of this affiliated with the kettle here. 2 cups here. I'm staying for one night and only on myself. And that means, of course, I would only use 1 cup unless I can't be bothered to clean the mug. So I'd use a second one if I needed to. And you've got 6 milks to go with it, but you can request more on reception. They did say so. And you've got, of course, 2 bottles of water there, because they presume a partner is going to be staying with you. As I've got no one staying with me, I'd be using the double bed to myself. But yeah, you've got Galaxy hot chocolate, you've also got coffee and all the sugars necessary, and tea that you'd have normally at the restaurant. And of course, this is what you don't obviously get complimented always, unless you buy extra in the restaurant, is a lovely chocolate cookie and a ginger one, which is just there. And you get 2 spoons with your cups there. How brilliant. And this is what the kettle looks like if you open it here. Well, of course, you've got to fill that up with water. Otherwise, you won't get no tea. So apart from that, of course, it's a lovely section of stuff here. I'm sure I'm going to get tuck into all that.
I nearly forgot to mention which is what is sitting right at the back there. You can't really barely miss it. It is the hot chocolate, which of course looks lovely to see. And of course there are two of them there, just in case you do end up with another person staying with you. So yeah, I've not seen a Galaxy one very often in a hotel unless I've missed out on it. Mirror is like a magical trick that's gone wrong, isn't it? I find it so fascinating to see through this mirror, especially sitting on this chair here. And I'll show you this chair in just a moment. But of course, sitting on the bed would have a fantastic view of a reflection of yourself. So this is one of the lovely chairs here. It's quite a nice soft feeling, that. Oh, I like that. I've kept it really nice and warm, by the way. And yeah, it's just amazing to sit on.
What I also like about the room is that, of course, you've got a nice little table here. You can sit here if you like. And, of course, the floor, by the way, is nicely patterned. I do like that. It's giving it a good sort of comfy, warm feeling. Well, that comes to the end of the first part of the video, and I hope you have enjoyed it, because it's something that has been a great sort of achievement, memory rise for me, and something that I thought I'd never ever be able to achieve. I did it, and it was just amazing. Staff were amazing, thanks to Andy and Courtney, who was on reception, and of course Andy being the management. I call it proprietor. I don't know if you call it proprietor these days, but yeah, manager, I might as well sort of call it on this term. But yeah, the manager of the hotel and the whole lot, I presume. And of course, they welcomed me very, very well and gave me kind permission to be able to broadcast on the YouTube channel of Touring With Us. So I thank them dearly for that. But yes, as a whole, it could do with a number for the reception on the phone. As I flick over here, that's the phone I'm talking about. It could do with a number just pointed on there with a sticker maybe. And this section here needs, of course, a bit of the information of the Sunday services, which is, of course, on the hourly rate. Okay, but these are during the week from Monday to Saturday, I presume. It's going on to 9 out of 10 for the first ever visit here. I've been so impressed, so much warmth as I enter the building. So exciting to see this just climax of a hotel. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because of the way it was run, for me to come in here and do my videos, and the politeness of the staff. That's really giving it a 9 out of 10. So yeah, it's just those little minor things that could have made it a little bit higher, but of course it's just one of those things, you know. It's not a major fault, it's just one of those things. And I liked the fact that I was able to get, of course, GB News, because of course that channel of 236 GB News is not often the case where you are able to get the reception of it, because you know it's a different kind of reception to the mainstream channels. But yeah, in some hotels you can't get it at all. Not Spoons in particular, but I'm just talking about other hotels where I've been, and you can't get the signal at all in some of those hotels like Travelodge or, of course, Premier Inn. But so far I'm pleased to announce that, of course, you can get that channel, which is fantastic. But anyway, you can get all the other channels as well. But yeah, I'm just saying that in particular because that's my favourite one so far.
But yeah, anyway, that's another thing. But I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and definitely look forward to maybe booking a different type of night to this one, for more money, maybe on a weekend or during the week. But obviously more people come during the week. That's probably why they've only put, of course, bus services for during the week here on this label here. But yeah, you can get all the taxi service information there if you needed to, and the list of that is coming up right now before I go. Oh, it's not working. Oh, it will do. Well, one thing I did forget to mention is about the 2 bottled water which was available on the desk of the room that I was in, which was room number 109, by the way. But yeah, I can only thank you all for watching, including everyone at Sandford House, and I would say this now, I do hope this gets a good review, and hopefully they give this a thumbs up for us to actually showcase to everyone what this room and this hotel was all about. Well, touring with us is the place to be. That's our strapline currently to this day here in 2023. And like I say, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel of Touring with Us, make sure you do on our YouTube page. We're also on Facebook, we're also on Twitter, Truth Social, and of course we're on TikTok, although we don't use that very often. But of course, yeah, that could well change now. But we're also on Instagram as well, although we again don't use that very often. But of course the main one's Twitter, Facebook and YouTube that we're at. So give us a thumbs up if you can, that will help support the channel, and possibly subscribe. So I'll say cheerio.